Greetings, Marvel Morales. Listen, I, Booch, have declared all-out war on you, okay? You have enraged me, and it's time for you to pay for the scandalous act. I shall reclaim my 15 squid. War is about to come.
What I've got with me right now, after the first video blew up, and after everything has been said and done, I have gotten even more information than I did in the first video. And in comparison to the first one, this one's gonna seem actually like some sort of deep dive. Maybe even an iceberg can be made with Marvel Miles Morales. It's insane what's been happening. And one thing that I noticed very much with all of these new findings and all this new information, I noticed one concurrent theme: greed. Now, I myself, I can't really say I'm the most heartfelt man. I can't really say I'm the most non-greedy person on the planet. So I can't really make fun of a motherfucker, you know, chase the bag. But this shit is fucking scandalous. This shit is bad. And I gotta say that what we're going with here is gonna have to do with a lot of money. So, get ready, boys. It's about to be fucking crazy. So let's get the very obvious things out of the way. After I made my video, I noticed two more memes have been coming out, and I can't believe they came out that fucking quickly. But Miles has made another meme of something really dumb, and he's made two more things that have come to my attention. The first one being this new this new this new fucking thing he does where he says callous. I don't know where he got it from. I think he just discovered the word in the English dictionary. Oh yeah, he did this. He said something else, calling Venom, quote unquote, Venmo. Not to be confused with the app that you can trade money with people. Oh yeah, here's another callous one. My movie is callous. The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Tom movie is not callous. Spider-Man No Way Home thing. And in case you haven't noticed, but I have been also commenting on all of these posts. I've completely indoctrinated myself in this community, and I have to say, it's amazing. I'm so happy to be part of this community, and it's so fucking funny. I can't understand any of it, and me commenting on it, hopefully it adds more to the community and people will like that. You speller Shiva. I didn't even remember saying that shit. And now he's making these new posts saying callous and with these masks. And which one did I comment on? Oh yeah, this one. This one did pretty good with 35 likes, and I said, I've never seen these masks before, and for some reason, this guy thought that I was actually being serious, asking where the fuck have I been for the last 23 years, even though, number one, I was born 20 years ago, and the first Spider-Man movie came out in 2002, so that wouldn't have counted. And he just kept going, and these people, I don't know if these people are joking or not, and it's really, really stupid, but thanks for the feedback, so I really appreciate it. And Booch is probably going fucking insane. Booch is probably losing his mind as we speak. Other than that, that's probably all the stuff that's happened on the surface. But now, I have something a lot more juicy to show you guys. With all that I've mentioned and all of the surface level stuff being finished, there are some other things that I could consider surface level, but I've only recently discovered as of this recording. And I'm just going to go over a few of those things. The first one being that Marvel Miles Morales apparently has a quote-unquote partner who I think may be a girl. This account right here called canem_mzy, and I guess she's a public figure, and I am a partner of Marvel Miles Morales. I belong to England. GB. I love traveling Earth. I am blah 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 foodies grill heart emoji. Wow, I can't believe it. Miles actually has some bitches. This definitely isn't fake or anything, and already that can be disproven because they speak almost exactly like Miles with terrible, terrible English. Already, you're already asking for great deals with Neon, so you know, definitely not an alt account by Miles, and definitely not a fake account just so he could, you know, fucking just fucking get more money out of people, which I'm going to get into a lot in this video because, like I said, this is a lot about greed, and the first thing I'm gonna bring up, other than this fake account, is I talked to Miles himself, and to say the least, we had a very interesting conversation, and it felt like I was talking to a brick wall. Future me editing this put in the funny gif of the kid talking to the brick wall. Now, before we get into what we were DMing and what all that happened, I wanted to share this video with him because I wanted to get the video out there, and at least make sure that he saw it, because I needed him to see it. I needed him to see this video because it was just, you know, about him, and I thought it would be nice to actually show him about it. But what I expected was not what I really got in the end, and you can already tell by this first few texts that it didn't really go very well. So here I am. I sent him the screenshot, and or not screenshot. I sent him the video, and I asked him, like, let me know if you'd like to share it or anything. And instantly he asked, "Oh, you want to collab?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, sure." You know, I mean, I think it's good promotional material, and I thought he'd just share it out of the kindness of his heart because it's a video about him. But then he instantly says, "I will put this on my account, but will take money," and he instantly asks for $50, completely just out of nowhere. And I ask him how'd I pay, and he just gives me fucking some random number that I don't know how to fucking use. He says, bro, this is my bank number, you can send from your bank account," and all this stupid crap. And he sends all this bank account crap, and I'm like, I don't want to use all that shit. And like, he says, "Okay, well, we can use PayPal," and he gave me his PayPal account. Here it is. It's not very oh God. It's not very trustworthy, to say the least, where you have very not sketchy at all PayPal account at all. I would censor this stuff, but I realize he gives this fucking shit out daily to get more money, so I don't care if I'm showing it. Anyone else could see this if they even asked him to do any sort of collab, so I'll just make this public. And it's, like I said, it's not sketchy at all, with the name Saeed Tech Solutions in Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, definitely not sketchy at all. With an email that has nothing to do with the Miles name. He could have easily made this account with his name and everything, but we'll get into that later when I get into the DMs with him. But going back, I asked him, "Your thing is called Saeed Tech Solutions?" And he said, "Yes, bro." And I said, "Seems kind of like a sketchy name." And I told him, "Wouldn't you just rename your PayPal to Marvel Miles Morales?" And he says, "My choice. This is my PayPal account." Like, okay, you could just change the name. And I asked him how he would promote my video anyways. And this is just basically me getting information on him so I could actually pinpoint crap on him if he ends up not doing what I ask of him, or like what we do with the collab. But unfortunately, spoiler, there was no collab. I gave him no money and nothing was spent. So all of this is kind of just, like I said, talking to the brick wall. But I asked him what he's gonna do, and he said, by posting on Instagram. Very, 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 very specific. And then I asked him how though. Like, we post a link. Do you have any ideas on how to? And I'm paying you. I had to bring that up, that I was paying him to do this. And he completely disregarded all of my other texts. And he just said, no. Like, and I'm like, of course, asking, what does this mean? I'm paying you, dude. I'm asking you questions. It says, okay, I will upload your video and also link in bio. That's all I want to know. Thank you for considering. And I asked him how long will be in his bio for 24 hours. And I told him, okay, I'll send you the money then, because that seems like a pretty good deal. It wasn't. I had to check if my credit card was working. And then I asked him, again, just to be sure, how much he wanted. And he said in euros, because he's definitely not an American. And I asked him how many, and then he fucking bumped it up to $100. Even though before he said 50. But then he told me, but I've seen your video that's against me. When people's seem that's video, people's laughs at me. And I told him if you saw the video, I told people not to attack him and all this stuff. And I am truthful about that. I do make fun of him, and the point of it is to be funny. But I'm not trying to attack him at all. And if he saw that, I can see why. But after explaining it to him, I think he changed his mind. And then he dropped it to 70, which I'm glad he did. Even though that's still fucking unreasonable. And, he's just begging me now. Send me now. Sorry, final offer, $50. This wasn't his final offer, by the way. And I asked him, what do you think? I just want to get rid of the money talk, and I just asked him, what did you think of the video? I thought it was pretty fun to make, and he said, okay, no problem. By the way, your video's too funny. And I was like, so you like it? Yes. And then, I asked him again, I thought you didn't like it since it was against you. And he said, bro, no problem. You're sending me $50 now. And, I basically just kept telling him, like, you'd share it anyways. Just share it for free, because, you know, that's what would be fine. And, he said, nope, I will not upload. When are you sending me money? Doesn't care. And then, I thought if you liked it, you would share it anyways. Nope. Sorry, I will charge 50 euros. And I said, chase the bag. Maybe we'll get it one day. I respect it. I was lying. And, sorry, bro. Have a nice day. Goodbye. And then he just replied to a message I said an hour ago by just saying question mark. And then I brought up Booch, because after I uploaded the video, I got into contact with Booch, who's a great guy, by the way. I got into contact with him, and he put my video on his story. We all got together, and we kind of like got like more views on it. It was all a blast. And I brought it up to Miles, which I don't think he really liked very much. And he just said, how much money do you have now? And I said, you know, a bit. And he just kept asking how much. And I was like, do you want a fucking exact number? And then this is the point where I just completely gave up with trying to talk to him. So I just said, I have billions. And he just says, okay, I have a lot of money. So start a collaboration. When you send $50, I'll send me a screenshot. And I said, I'm not doing it. I thought you'd be a nice guy. And then he just said goodbye. And then he kept asking me if I want to collab. And I said, sorry, bro. And then I just went grr, like a loser. And then he told me this is the collaboration picture, which has nothing to do with my video, by the way. This makes no sense whatsoever. And, it's just his normal posts. And I just kept begging him, please, bro, just do it. Do it for free. And he says, my followers is 70,000 and yours is 11. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't fucking mean anything. Like, yeah, it makes sense to pay you, but I did all the work on this goddamn video. What are you gonna fucking do about it? And he said, sorry, bro, don't fucking text me. This is terrible. And, it just keeps going and going. And then he said this for some reason. I asked him, where's he going? He said, advanced digital my room? There's an advanced room! What? Fast forward about a day or so, he randomly asked me that to give him more money so we can do a collab, and I just said nice. And then that's basically where the conversation ended at that point. But I'm telling you right now, that is only the tip of the iceberg. What we talk about in the next conversation is absolutely fucking crazy, but I'll get into that a little later, because right now I have a lot of information from ya boy, the one and only. You know who he is. You know who he is. Shit, you know who he is. Booch Cooch himself, the man that subtitles all of the fucking Marvel Miles Morales posts, subtitles everything. He's probably more popular than Miles himself, in the comments at least. He basically carries the channel, and I have a lot of information with him because we did an interview, and I'm gonna head straight into that, so I hope you guys enjoy it because I had a lot of fun talking with him.
Welcome.
Yo!
How's it going?
What's up, bro?
Nah, not much. What about you?
Just gonna start this fucking crazy fucking interview. Holy shit. This is like 2 days in the making.
It's gonna happen, bro.
It's gonna go hard as fuck. I mean, I am really excited to talk about all this. It's fucking, it's crazy.
The lore is wild.
First things first, are you actually a Spider-Man fan?
Yeah, I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero.
Okay, that's good to know, because I thought that you kind of just like stumbled onto the page and thought that like, I could fuck around with this. I was really wondering about that because I was thinking like, what if this guy just doesn't give a shit about Spider-Man and he does all this stuff with Miles?
Just fuck around with him. No, I love Spider-Man. One of the main reasons I still follow the page, to be honest.
Like, what do you think would be your favorite, just out of all Spider-Man media?
It would definitely be Spider-Man 2. It's the more human superhero movie, and that's like such a good thing to have, the human side of it. And that's why Spider-Man's the best superhero. He's the most relatable.
It's great that you know like how human he is, and I'm gonna say the exact same thing in the first interview. How do you think Miles portrays that in any of his posts?
I think he does a better job than the writers of Spider-Man 2, to be honest with you. I think he portrays Spider-Man as such a riveting piece of media.
You've told me that you've known him for about 3 years, you've said?
Around there, yeah. I know it was definitely during a lockdown that I found his post.
What did you think of him, like, initially?
I followed so many hashtags, and a bunch of them were Spider-Man related, so I'd come across his posts quite often, and I'd read them and go, what the fuck is this? And just keep scrolling, like, what is this?
By the way, for these next clips, for context, me and Booch were talking about basically how greedy Miles is and how he's been basically fucking him over with all of his collaborations and stuff and basically begging for money. And in light of this, I asked him what he genuinely thought of him after how Miles has changed to be a greedy scumbag. So for the rest of the clips, just keep that in mind. After hearing about like how he's been treating you, what do you think about Miles as a person?
I noticed that he has actually just been begging, like e-begging, saying, yo, $15 advance collaboration. Like, oh. And ever since that first collab, which I partially blame myself for, he's just not stopped asking me for money. I can't have a conversation with him. I think he's intolerable now, to be honest with you. He sort of just treats me like a bank loan. He kept going on about how, oh, you should give me money for this or blah blah blah. And I told him, no, I can't, I'm in debt, I have no money. And he said,
yeah,
how much money do you have? And I said, I only have just enough to do this post, but I won't be able to eat for a week. And he was like, okay, send it over.
He just did not care whatsoever.
No, as long as it fills his pockets. Like, obviously I'm not actually in debt and going like homeless. I said that to sort of get him away from me, but he still persisted.
How do you hope that he turns out?
I hope he just changes for the better, to be honest. Can I say something that's like off the record real quick?
Off the record, okay.
I never gave him a dime.
Really?
Yeah.
You never paid him?
No. Not that he knows.
Not that... What?
Yeah, no money left the bank at all, but it said that it did. And all I did was screenshot, crop out the bit that it said that it left, sent it to him, and then that happened. The second collab, where I gave in, I photoshopped the statement so that it was the present day.
Oh, you just
saying
reused the same image?
I just reused the same image, but
Oh
photoshopped it.
my god.
Yeah, scammer gets scammed.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, the first time was like an accident. I felt horrible, but the second time I had no remorse. I was like, yeah, no, this bastard.
Do you have any final things you'd like to say?
I'm coming for you, Miles. This war. I'm gonna get a cameo from Dreamy Bull to declare war on Miles.
And you'll actually pay it this time. We're coming for your ass.
All out war. I'm just saying.
All out war. So, yeah, I think that's probably everything I have to ask. Thank you for the whole interview.
That's alright, man. Thank you. Provided to the Marvel Miles Morales community.
And then that's just the end line. The video ends. The main thing to point out and to mention is that yes, Miles Morales is a very, very greedy man. And Booch and I are not the only people that he's reached out to. I believe that Marvel Miles Morales is literally going through his followers list and just literally asking everyone to get fucking collaborations so he can get some money. Like, one, he's just asking about if you love Spider-Man or not and some crappy experiment. And then another one he asked Booch again if he wants to do another collaboration. He just wants him to fuck off, which is completely acceptable for any sane person. Another one where he asks this guy for $25 to do it, and that's great. And you have this one who's asking for $15, and it's very safe to say that he's going down his followers list. And that's just Miles Morales right now. He's just only caring about money. The only thing he mentions is money. He only cares about it anymore. He just wants monetary gain from any of his followers, and he just goes on with his day. And I don't know what started him to do this other than Booch trying to do a collaboration with him and making Advance popular again. But I think he does realize the potential he can make with all of his stupid posts, and especially Advanced. So, but other than that doesn't even come close to what I came to with talking to Miles the other day. What we talked about, like I said before, was absolutely crazy. So I don't even know how to segue it other than just to show you people, but I'll show you. So, picking back on where our conversation ended, he was talking to me about charging $15, and I somehow gotten him into a sort of like pseudo interview a little bit. I figured out a lot of things about him. Lies or not, it's telling of something interesting. The first thing I did was I brought up his PayPal, who's apparently it's run by a guy by the name of Mohammed Saeed. I emailed this person on Gmail, and apparently they run the PayPal account. So naturally I was curious to ask Miles about it, so I asked him, who's Mohammed? And he says, I asked him, do you know anyone by the name of Mohammed? And he says, no, who is this? I told him it's the email address on his PayPal, send screenshot, blah, blah, blah. And I asked him, who's running it? Or who's using the email? And he said his friend. And I asked him, do you pay him to run it? Or does he pay you or anything? He responded with no. And he just told him that he just handles the account. And I brought up all these things. And I asked him, and I completely lied, saying, well, it's not completely a lie. I am interested in his business model. That's not what it is. But he goes out to say my actual name, and he says, do you want to know me, that who I am? And I wasn't sure if he was like being stupid or not, so I asked him if his name was Liam, because Liam's my name. And he said no. And then I told him, yes, I'm very interested to know. And then I also mentioned that his PayPal is really sketchy. And he's like, sketchy? What do you mean by that? And then he completely ignored it and asked me, you can tell me your advice. And then I told him I'll advise once I know more. If I don't know enough, I can't tell you much. So he apparently told me that he's a Marvel assistant, and he is a cameraman, and it's apparently a secret to be a cameraman for Marvel. So that seems very truthful, especially with that emoji. And I asked him if he had any proof, and he says, I don't need proof, anything to anyone. So I guess he's very proud of being a cameraman. So I just told him that's cool and all, being a cameraman and stuff. And then I asked him the pivotal question, where are you from? And he says he's from England. And I asked him, were you born there? And then he completely, again, ignored my comment and said, I'm talking to you because you're a good person. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's fine, I guess. So I told him thank you, and I asked him if English is his first language. He tells me that he's not born in England, and English is is his first language. Yeah. And he tells me he's born in Australia. So I kind of find that very difficult to fucking believe that he was born in an English-speaking country, an English-speaking continent, and then he now lives in an English-speaking country. So, I find that very hard to fucking believe. And I asked him if he's bilingual, and he tells me that he knows Urdu, and this is, prior to this, I didn't know what this language was, and it is correct. It is from Pakistan and India, and he told me that he loves Pakistan, he has many friends there, and he's been there, and apparently he got a spiritual awakening there. And when I tell you that this conversation takes a full fucking 180, that is a fucking understatement. So I asked him all this crap about England, and he doesn't care because all he wants to talk about is Pakistan. And he said, listen, we are wrong. Tell me who created us. And I want to stay neutral in this because personally for me, I don't believe in any religion. You can believe whenever you want in. I'm just kind of, I forget what the word is, but like, I just don't really believe in anything, but I do hope there is some kind of higher power out there. But regardless, I can't answer that anyways. And he already knows that, so he says, you don't know. Who is world created? And I just be very general with him. There's too many answers, Mouse. I can't tell you that. And then he instantly goes into Allah and talking about Islam, which is always great to hear about. And he's going about Allah and how everyone else is wrong. And he says Pakistan is the only good country in the world, and every person there is amazing, awesome. And he says, I don't know, but my says Muslim is right. Tell me what I should do. That Muslim is right? And then I try to go, we go into a quasi political argument here, but I tell him that there's no correct religion out there, and I tell him, Islam can't be completely correct with their terrorist attacks. And he asked me who tell me this, even though it's on the fucking news, and something that may or may not have happened 22 years ago. But I digress. And I tell him, how does that make them 100% right? Every religion has done something terrible at some point. None of them are right. But then he just completely ignores me and says, Muslim is the right religion. We should all be Muslim. Allah see everything. Allah is God. And I tell him that's fine, but you just gotta know what you're getting into. Everything has gone awry at some point with religion. And then he asked me if I've ever performed a namaz. And at this time of the recording, I still don't know what that is. I'm not gonna look it up because I don't know what it is at all, and I'm kind of scared to figure it out, but apparently if you do it, you get a peaceful life. And he's told me that because of this, he knows what happens when you die. And then he tells me he died. I asked him, you died before? And then he says died after, and then that's where the conversation completely ended. He has not tried to contact me since. It's ever since last Tuesday, at least from this recording, he has not tried to reach me whatsoever. So I think either he's gone crazy or he's figured out that I'm just trying to fuck around with him. But I guess Miles is somewhat religiously motivated in all this. It might be another thing to add to the iceberg, and another reason to why he acts this way. Maybe he's making this page to spread the word of Allah and Islam. But who the fuck knows about any of this shit? It's way too much to go over. This is probably the craziest I've seen of him, and hopefully it's the last of it, because I don't know how much I can talk about this guy and his shit, because talking to him in his DMs, this shit made me want to fucking kill myself. I wanted to figure out what happened in the afterlife, so hopefully I figure out nothing else, because this is already really, really interesting, and I just want to end it there. Because Miles, I can't even figure him out anymore. All I know is that he's a greedy scumbag, and we need to stop him. So, hopefully this sheds some light, no pun intended, on the situation. So what we can summarize is that Miles is apparently an Australian living in England, supporting Islam as a Spider-Man fan, and trying to spread the word of Spider-Man and Islam, and basically scamming anyone out of money. The only other thing I can summarize is that a great war will be coming once this is uploaded. Everyone will know Miles' true intentions. Everyone will know that this man is a greedy scumbag, and he must be stopped. Hopefully this can tell everyone the truth about Miles, and show many things about him, and a lot of things that people wouldn't normally know about him. But there will probably be a third video at some point, probably documenting the oncoming war that is happening, but I can't really talk about that right now because the war is yet to begin, and I gotta be on the front lines. So hopefully I'll see you guys there, by my side, along Booch's side, around the side against Marvel Miles Morales and his greediness. It'll be a devastating battle on both sides, but one will come victorious, with either one side failing and reversing back into their advanced ways, or the other side corporing, and the other side collapsing a crude empire and making them realize how much that they have ruined other people's lives with their greediness. Either way, something great is coming, and I will be there to document it. So, I'll see you guys later. Shout out to JRG, Booch, Neon Flames, all the other people that have joined the advanced Discord, which I'll put in the description, by the way, if you want to join it. So, hopefully I'll see more people in there. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the front lines. I'll be documenting it, and I will be finishing the trilogy possibly soon. Goodbye, my friends.